We're going live. We're going live. Erin's Tchotchkes, Erin's Tchotchkes. Here we are, here we are. Here we are, Erin's Tchotchkes, and it is Saturday, May 9th. Let's see what Louise has to say. I think Louise is lying to me. I listen to my appetite, and it guides me with loving, nourishing choices. Well, Louise lied to me yesterday, so perhaps this is the message for today, because yesterday was not loving, nourishing choices. So I'm super excited today because I have a guest. I have my very first guest, and I mean, she makes like for sure the top 10 of my favorite people in the world. Tricia Albertson is my guest today, and she is my sister. Top 10. So Tricia Albertson grew up in Santa Cruz, California, and she is a principal dancer with Miami City Ballet. She started dancing at 4 years old, and she danced with Vicki Berglund. She was Tricia's first teacher, and she joined Miami City Ballet in 1997. And so she worked her way up the ranks, and she is starting her 24th season with Miami City Ballet as a principal dancer. And some people ask what a principal dancer is. And I always tell people, if you go see Sleeping Beauty or Swan Lake or any productions that you might resonate with, Tricia would be the Sleeping Beauty. That's how I always describe her job to people. So hopefully you like that description, Tricia.
Yes.
So let's see. So I'm gonna start with my tchotchke, and then we'll let Tricia do some chatting. So this is my tchotchke. These are Mickey Mouse ears. I got them when I was a child. They actually have my name, so you can see. I'm afraid they're gonna fall apart because they're that old. Got my name, and I guess I don't need to keep them on for the whole episode. I don't know, I kind of like wearing them. So I got these, let's see. Tricia, we were trying to remember if Tricia had some, because when we went, she was little. Talking about Disneyland. So Disneyland, California, big deal. Disneyland, Disney World in Florida, big deal. And I think as children, we went twice.
Yeah.
Was that right?
Yes.
So the first time we were little, we went with like my mom and my aunt and a bunch of their girlfriends. It was like an adult girls trip, and me and Tricia. And the second time, and that's when I think I got my ears. And then the second time we went, the 4 of us as a family, and it was quite an adventure. Like, we drove, and we lived in Central California in Santa Cruz, and so we drove to LA, and like we had this Volvo station wagon, and the radio broke. The radio broke, and my dad, I think, was gonna go out of his mind. And so I don't think I'd ever heard him sing, but he was like initiating road trip songs.
Wow, I don't even remember that.
Yeah. Tricia, because how old were you on that trip?
I'm pretty sure I was around, I want to say 8 years old.
Okay.
Because I was still like really into stuffed animals, because I got a Bambi stuffed animal on that trip. And I was really, and I don't think I would have been really excited about it if I was much older than that.
Yeah, okay. We both got Bambis. I got a Bambi too.
Yeah. But I just remember getting really, really, really sick on the way home.
That's right. You puked the whole
Stomach,
way home in a car with no radio.
Yes. Last time we went to Disneyland as a family.
That was like the last time. So we were like punished forever. Never went back. So, Tricia.
Yes.
We're in the middle of this weird pandemic.
Yes.
So everybody knows I'm not working because I'm a massage therapist. So what's happened in the world of ballet things because of COVID?
Things are on hold. Our building shut down March 13th. The school and the company, we all went home, and really the whole industry is trying to do anything virtually that they can. Miami City Ballet actually just put out a premiere called Dance for Heroes. It's an ode to the frontline workers, the hospital workers, nurses, doctors who are out there trying to keep us safe and get people better. So yeah, and then a lot of people are live streaming performances. It's just, anything we can do to get out there. But we're all at home, not working.
Yeah, and so I think people, everybody talks a lot about the frontline workers, of course, and the restaurant industry, but even things like the theaters that you guys perform in, all closed.
Yeah.
So in addition to, because you guys can't social distance, obviously, but it affected that whole industry a lot too. All the theaters, all the people that are ushers, all the people that do concessions, like all of those things have all been.
And the musicians.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it's a bummer.
Yeah.
And I kind of skipped over the most important part, which is your tchotchke.
Tchotchke!
Can't miss the tchotchke. What's your tchotchke, Tricia? What'd you bring? Because I don't know, guys. Like, we did very little planning, so I don't know what her tchotchke is, and she didn't know what my tchotchke was.
I didn't know. It's really hard to pick one tchotchke, but I did it. I picked one, and our family, I think we're kind of big on tchotchkes. I realized, like, I save a lot of things, maybe in an unhealthy way, but I do. So, oh no, it's breaking. Don't break, tchotchke. Yes, so I chose this little tchotchke because it feels significant. Well, always, but right now, kind of more than ever. So I have this little unicorn guy.
Oh, I don't know him.
Yeah, he's a little dirty because I carry him in my makeup bag. So my friend Jeanette Delgado gave me this little guy when she left Miami City Ballet for a year, and said, because we always shared a dressing room, so she wanted me to have him as a reminder, to keep on my dressing room spot, that she was always there with me. And he even has his head turns all the way around like her rubber neck. He has the most flexible neck I've ever seen in my life. So but I love him, not just because she gave him to me, but it sort of just reminds me, I always think of her when I look at it, but I also, in this industry, I've just made a lot of really great friends, and in this industry, we bond in a way that's unique. I think I just can't imagine bonding with people in another way once I stop dancing. It's just, So it just reminds me of all the people that I've connected with through my work and all the friends who have come and gone through the years that I still feel really connected to. So yeah, that's my Tchotchke. He doesn't even have a name, but
I was just gonna ask, does he have a name?
no, but maybe I'll come up with one soon.
So it's kind of funny that you picked that unicorn that Jeanette gave you, because I posted on the Instagram this morning, because I don't know if you saw the little meme that I put, and it was the Olsen twins when they were young, and it's like when people see you and like say you look exactly the same and you're like, we don't even get it. So people do that to my sister and I, and they also do it to the Delgado sisters.
Yeah.
And so I tagged them both this morning and said we might have to have a whole sisters episode of Erin's Tchotchkes with all four of us on here, of people who think that, like, people think they're twins, like straight up. And when Tricia and I aren't together, like one time I visited Miami before I moved here, and people, she just started her season again, like was just going back to work. And so I'm like walking down the street and people were like, wow, Tricia looks a little bit different. Like, what's different about Tricia? Because it wasn't Tricia, because it was me.
That's true.
So, silliness. So, the next part of our episode is to talk about our give back. And just a quick update for everybody, because last month I worked with Lemongrass Spa, and they were supporting Feeding America with all of their sales, and everybody, including my sister, helped with my group order and my contribution to that. And how it worked was, for every $300 order we put in group order, they would donate 20 meals. And if we hit $600, they would donate 50 meals. And so my goal is 300, and like my people just like flocked, and we surpassed that. And we actually even surpassed the $600 mark. So I was super excited. And then Lemongrass, which is one of the reasons I love working with them, because it's a small family-owned company, but they have just the biggest hearts. And so they went back, and everybody that submitted a group order, regardless of the dollar amount, they donated 50 meals for every party order they put in. They donated over 81,600 meals. 81. So if you think of that in terms of people, 81,600 people they fed. So I'm super proud of the organization for that, and thank you everybody for helping me, helping them. So I think the message for me to that is that one person can help. So, you know, everybody got their little treats. You know, I got my serum, and I got my little jade roller. And so I was laying around yesterday watching the Star Wars movie. I finally watched the new one with my jade roller, like, it's trying to lift.
Oh,
right? I was jade rollering Jerry's eyes last night. It was funny. So Tricia, what's your give back these days? Because I know that we both kind of work that way. So what have you been working on?
A couple things. One is I have a dear friend and colleague, Eric Trope. He has been co-running an organization called Buddy System. It was originally started to connect neighbors with people who, like, you know, if somebody was afraid to go out to the store, if they were elderly or not well enough to go out, it was to connect people to help them get groceries. And it grew into this organization to just try to help people get groceries who can't afford them. Okay. Also people who can't make it to the store. So the past few weeks have been going on Fridays to deliver food. I have three families that I deliver to on a weekly basis. So that's been nice to be a part of, and to watch Eric just go nuts. Like, it's crazy how he's really dove into this and like made it something really amazing. And then the other thing I'm teaching actually this morning at 10 o'clock, I will be teaching on Miami City Ballet's Instagram Live, a ballet basics class, just to keep people moving in their homes, and exercise is the best way to combat a bad mood or anxiety or whatever. So I'm doing that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I did the class last week, and you guys, if you haven't done ballet, but it seems interesting to you, the ballet basics class that she does is really good. She gives good visuals and good correction. So even though she's not seeing you, her descriptions are very clear, and it's a good enough pace where you're like, I watched one of the girls do an advanced class. I just started laughing. I wasn't even trying to do it, but it was like so fast and crazy. I'm like, I don't even know how you move your body that fast. And so this Tricia's Beginner's Basics, it's a beginner basics class. So hop on after this and check it out, because it's fun. So it's good. And that's on, Tricia, that's on Miami City Ballet's Instagram. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So that's at Miami City Ballet. And I'll post it below in case you want to check it out, but totally worth it for that. And then
and also, I think I'm doing this weekend and next weekend. I'm not sure after that, but.
Okay, cool. And is there a link for Eric's program? If people want to, can people still kind of sign up for that if they want to?
They can, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, they have people helping deliver food. They have people showing up to help pack boxes. There are a couple of companies who are donating food now for a food drive. So we get big bulk orders of food and they distribute it into different boxes to bring to the family. So we have people doing that. So there's definitely, look up Buddy System. I'm pretty sure they're on Instagram. I should have found out that information.
Okay, we'll look it up.
Okay.
We'll wake Eric up. I mean, I don't see him on here. I mean, I'm going to wake it up and be like, Eric, you were not on Erin's Tchotchkes and we were trying to talk about Buddy System, and why aren't you commenting in my box? Eric, trope. With Miami City Buddy Systems. Got it. And let's see. And then if you want to follow Tricia, be a stalker on the Instagram. Tricia is also one of the funniest people I know. Super funny. It might take her like a second. Just a minute, because she likes to like feel out the room, see how it's going. She's funny. Very funny.
Thanks.
And so her Instagram is at Tricia Albertson.
So creative, I know.
But if people are looking for you, who are they going to Google? They're going to Google Tricia Albertson. And that's CIA, by the way, TRICIA. None of this SH stuff. CIA.
Tricia with the CIA. I'm not with the CIA. I'm not. I'm not, I swear.
Maybe you should be. Tricia CIA with the CIA. I mean, totally like underground. I mean, let's see. What would be a good like, what was the movie? What was the movie?
True Lies.
Which one?
True Lies?
No, but that would be funny. No, the one that was Jennifer Lawrence was in it, and she was like a dancer person and a Russian spy.
Oh, Red Sparrow.
Yes. Tricia Albertson, aka Red Sparrow.
Maybe like Green Sparrow or something. I don't know.
I'm totally buying you a new Sparrow tchotchke. Okay, so I'm gonna open it up to questions. Hey, cousin Linda, do you have questions for Tricia on Erin's Tchotchkes? I still need a song, guys, so that when I come on, I can sing it for you. Today, the tune in my head was for a Tchotchke, so I was going Erin's Tchotchkes, Erin's Tchotchkes.
That's probably legal.
You think? I'm not sure.
I mean, it's so old. Don't they run out of copyright or something? I don't know.
It might be as old as these years, though. Yeah, so Linda, you'll have to, so you guys can also check this out. I put this video on my YouTube channel. So you can go to Simply Massage and check it out there. And let's see. Oh, Linda's asking where Buddy System is. So Tricia, do you know, is Buddy System just in South Florida, or is it just Miami?
It's just South Florida as of now. I know that people, especially when it was first growing, people from out of town were taking phone calls to connect with the people in need and figure out what their needs were and how many people lived in their house and things like that. So I know people can help that way from afar, but so far they are just in South Florida, in the Miami area.
Oh, okay, got it. What is a tchotchke? A tchotchke, technically it's a trinket. It's something that doesn't, I forget the technical definition, but it essentially doesn't serve a purpose. It's just something that, you know, little tchotchkes, things that just like sit around, little statues, little ears, decorative things. The ones I kept to bring me joy, that's why I kept them. I used to have I feel like a lot more. But the ones I have spark something in me, which is why I started this, because somebody else I knew, while she was waiting for her Zoom meetings to start, she would pull something off her shelf and talk about it. And I found it to be the most interesting part of our meeting, like the most engaging, because it gave a little insight about this person and some life stories and things like that. Linda thought a tchotchke was an exercise move. Let's see. Tricia, make up an exercise move that says tchotchke.
Gosh. Tchotchke, tchotchke. That could be a tchotchke. Tchotchke. I don't know.
There you go. That's your lesson in tchotchke. Okay, Tricia, do you have more things? More question? It's now 8:30. So we filled up all our time. I don't know. I think this show is going to be a hit. I think people are going to be busting down my door to do a rhyme. Oh, don't break him.
I got him.
I'm also going to need to see some kind of video of Jeanette's rubber neck.
Oh, you won't even believe it.
All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make her get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, because she lives on the West Coast now. We're gonna make her get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and be on Erin's Tchotchkes with Patricia. Will Patricia get up at 8 o'clock?
Yeah, she's probably early riser-ish. I don't know about on a Saturday, but yeah.
What are dates? There's no date.
Anything is possible.
I mean, people are going to be famous when they're on air. It's
clearly.
All right, Tricia CIA, it was a pleasure. Thank you for being my very first guest.
An honor.
Tchotchkes. Love you.
Love you too.